with a cup right now. Keep pops, pop and top down low. When I pull up on the back, I give a shot down low. Like, this is when I way up move. Stop the top the way I move. If I really wanna more to move it, top for two sit with a top for two sits. Like, chop if I bit it low. Kick top to top and drop it low. Top when I rock it low like a zing. Keep it body on me, that's for sure. Lift top the top and that's for sure. Put it down, but then I know new things. Pop to cut, but no new things. Run up on him and I run a lot of rings. Drop the top is drop the top, like hot is hot and hot is hot. I'm like rip the top and rip is block. I'm like run up on a plug with the Usain, and I'm sipping on the Usain. Tryna get a tired of the Usain. I'm hot. Run up on your blah, hit him with that blah. Bitch, I go high. Run up on your blah, hit him with the blah. 40 go blah, like ah.
Hate the fact that we rolling up, just the fact that we growing up. Grown niggas, we rich as about to get this blowing up. Hate the fact that we blowing up, just to show that we rolling up. Taking up, we rolling up, caking up, y'all trolling, huh? Wiz Khalifa got the Taylor gang in his street, Wiz Khalifa got Taylor gang in his beat, Harvest Road, heartbroken, and I'm still here, and I'm rolling back around like a new year.
Protect your neck, fool. Yeah, get the check, fool. Better show respect, fool. Before I cut the check, fool. Better protect your neck, fool. Better show respect, fool. This here the rec crew. Yeah, bitch, the set. Yo, we in the cut like amoxicillin. I was rapping when I ain't have a pot to piss in. With high precision, I'm feeling coastal, bi-coastal. You dealing with a roach fool, smoke fool. Dealing with the O2 rapper in the old Wu-Tang Clan in the building. You feeling like Method, M-E-T-H-O-D. Just another nigga in the Bronx bodega with another player hater corner tryna get some Chick-fil-A. Do something for my chick a little later. Her name Shania. I'm tryna figure if she hitting later. I'm hitting switches, hitting the picture till I hit the fire. It's Debo, taking your bike, yo. Shit, who stole the pedal? I'm riding on gears, dropped the pop for years. Feeling like Gogglebo was over in Chicago. Had the bullet bottle, had to hit him with a hollow. Now I got a model on my chicken, she a swallow. She is the Diablo and I'm riding in a Tahoe, trying to get myself up out of this state or up to Ohio. You feel it with me? Oh, you kill it with me? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you dealing with me? Yeah, yeah. Protect your neck, fool. Yeah, get the check, fool. Better show respect, fool. Before I cut the check, fool. Better protect your neck, fool. Better show respect, fool. This here the wreck crew. Yeah, bitch, the set, fool. Yeah, protect your neck, fool. Yeah, get the check, fool. Better show respect, fool. Before I cut the check, fool. Better protect your neck, fool. Better show respect, fool. This here the wreck crew. Yeah, bitch, the set, fool. Yeah. In the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner. Work in the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner. Just in case you didn't know, Jeezy flow, all white like my vehicle. Money swole from the bank and I'm on the road. Money swole, hit the racks like I'm going pro. Money swole, I'm a rich nigga, hell yeah. Bells yeah, kitchen in the mail room to Bel Air. Now we living in the woods, house with 12 stairs. Now we living good, it all came from 12 squares. Yeah, I'm from the block where you couldn't millionaire. Jeezy went from trapper to rapper, millionaire. Stunting is a habit if you're frontin' in your cabin. Used to ship the package, now the ship just got a cab. Feeling debonair, Jeezy a millionaire. I'm from the block where you couldn't millionaire. Stunting is a habit if you're frontin' in your cabin. Used to ship the package, now the ship just got a cab. Work in the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner. Work in the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner. Work in the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner. Work in the mail, fish scale, talking white baking soda, all white with the odor. Work in the mail, fish scale, yeah. Hot from Arizona, serve it up on their corner.
I do not fuck with the public.
What's your problem, bro? Man, she working hard and she bring a lot of dough. Got her trapping at the corner, so got her pockets full of snow and she hella dope. No, you really won't step up to the scene like you want that smoke. Man, y'all hella broke. Y'all be talking all that talk, see the gun, y'all choke.
Snowman pull up all white, got the ice, got the frost, no picture.
get you a bag. What's your problem, bro? Man, she working hard and she bring a lot of dough. Got her trapping at the corner, so got her pockets full of snow and she hella dope. No, you really won't. Step up to this fiend like you want that smoke. Man, y'all hella broke. Y'all be talking all that talk, see the gun, y'all choke.
Niggas faking and shadow puppets. Truth is, you couldn't stop me if you had a budget, nigga. We out here swerving like we had a couple. If we talking millions by 27, we had a couple. Awesome getting all the bread, but I'm paying overhead. You cross that line, you over dead. I put that money on your head. You know when we had enough, when shit ain't adding up and you can't get no bag with us and you ain't coming back with us. Damn, what's your problem, bro? If we ain't talking dinero, well then it's adios. Yeah, and we got product, bro. And see the diamonds on my wrist, they got a lot of snow. Yeah.
What's your problem, bro? Man, she working hard and she bring a lot of dough. Got her trapping at the corner, so got her pockets full of snow and she hella dope. No, you really won't. Step up to this fiend like you want that smoke. Man, y'all hella broke. Y'all be talking all that talk, see the gun, y'all choke.
Sean, where you going if shit was poppin' a year ago? I make hits, my nigga, I'm talking miracles. You run up on me, you catch a ray like Mysterio. Not focused on material, I'm focused on Imperial. I drop the top like here we go, I'm doing rounds like merry-go. When my pockets getting fat, I feel like Terry. Yo, my dollars getting commas on my mama, that's a miracle. Sean, it's the beat that make it turn up on your ex. Make it turn around and flex, make it fly in the jets. Ayy, this the beat that make it do it for a check. Make it do it for the net, how you moving in your neck. Hey, like an X-Man, you can get X'd out. I remember telling Noah we the next out. Now we looking at the charts, we the best now. Got the keys, DJ Khaled, we the best now.
She like, go bet. What does that mean? Boy, you slicker than a jar of that Vaseline. You can grab another broad, we can tag team. In your panties, in your bra, on the magazine. I just wanna shoot clips like a magazine. I should take another sniff for the Medellin. You can dish more time, I got bigger dreams. Rose, Ricky Rose, triple beam.
It's the beat that make it turn up on your ex. Make it turn around and flex, make it fly in the jets. Ayy, this the beat that make it do it for a check. Make it do it for the net, how you moving in your neck. Hey, like an X-Man, you can get X'd out. I remember telling Noah we the next out. Now we looking at the charts, we the best now. Got the keys, DJ Khaled, we the best now. Hey.
Shouts to the hoes where the hoes at. Big diamonds on the lobes and the rolls match. She just need a little dough, get a toe snatch. Stacking up $1 million from the mold cats. She ain't looking for nobody, she just need a rider. Gucci, Louis, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. Shorty got Chanel, she ain't with the Prada. I came with the wallet, she was like Popeye.
It's the beat that make it turn up on your ex. Make it turn around and flex, make it fly in the jets. Ayy, it's the beat that make it do it for a check. Make it do it for the net, how you moving in your neck. Hey, like it
Microphone, checker.
I remember telling Noah we the next
Check. Hold up, y'all.
We the best now. Got the keys, DJ Khaled, we the
Why is
best
my audio
now.
doing that?
Ayy, to make it turn up on your ex. Make it turn around and flex, make it fly.
Oh, I'm downloading stuff, I forgot. Let me delete this. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I was downloading a drum break library, but it's like making my computer sweat, so we're gonna go ahead and cancel these. We'll just use the other drum breaks for now. All right, so I was trying to download sounds before going live from my other computer, but it's just taking too long. We are going to go live. If you don't know, I recorded an album back in 2018. A lot of the tracks you guys just heard were reference tracks for that album, but also just like tutorials and stuff we were doing back then. So I realized a lot of my older stuff I would actually make a song at the end of it. Currently, you know, in the last 3 years, I haven't really completed a song. And I think part of it is because I changed my recording setup. So now that I have my recording setup properly set back up, I'm gonna see if I can tap into that today. If I don't have energy by the time we produce, then I'll do vocals a different day. But I do know we're gonna be producing this album. The album is gonna be called Game Time. So for those who don't know, my first album was called 808s and Mermaids, mirrored after Kanye West's 808s and Heartbreak.
mixed with, actually, you know, somebody in the chat actually came up with that name. It wasn't even my idea. Somebody from the chat came up with the idea. I forget exactly who it was, but they came up with the name. And we just ran with it because I was live streaming my entire album production. There was only like a couple songs I didn't live stream. But yeah, I live streamed and freestyled every single thing. I wrote a couple lines here and there, but that's why the album sounded very freestylish. This time around, I don't want it to sound very freestylish. I want it to be very completed. Cade the Nugget is here, Bubba Seeds. And my whole goal with the album was to show you guys could do it too. It's not that difficult. Jeremiah Plays. I think I had to produce 91 songs to get 20 songs on the album. So it just shows how much work goes into it. So an album is a very big undertaking. So we're gonna get into it today. I don't know how I sliced myself here. Who else up in here? JB is here, Rose Topic is here, Killshot, Dope Dreams, Punjabi is here, Youth Music, Zabak, Ben Israel, good night or good morning to you. Christian Hamlet is here, 808 to Mermaids 2, not this time around. Lil Vons is here. Banging, let me practice this. Bangin Kasi, Moyo. Welcome for being here. Bloodline is here. We got Bubba Seeds back in the building. He's using Linux. Yeah, Linux is, anybody using Linux, I don't get y'all. Y'all are different. Yash Jatav, welcome. Q the Saint. All right, dope. Let's get this thing rocking. So I like to just be open-minded when it comes to albums. I don't like to be so strict with the theme and a concept and all that, because it just locks, it makes your creativity worse, in my opinion. So I'm going to keep my ideas open. Check. I got some loops from our guy AAR Productions. Shout out to him. AAR Productions. So Game Time is going to be the album title for sure. Game Time. Oops. I tried to produce the album in 2023, I think it was, or 2022, but we got caught up doing too much stuff. I expected to have a lot of a different setup. So produced by True, That's Big Reg. What up? Low Key is here. UG Beats, Cabello, J Bonix, J Bonix, like Bonix or Bionix. Glad to be in the studio again with you. It's been a while for me. Awesome. Thank you for hopping in. Neo is here. So again, a lot of music production is about warming up. Like, some of the best songs I've had were like emulations of somebody else's sound. So don't be afraid to take inspiration from something that already exists. So first thing we're gonna do is load up our guys' loops. I haven't heard these loops. This is a fresh first take. I just realized my gate wasn't on. Whoops. This is a fresh first take on loops. So let me see where I even put them. So I think I put it in a folder called, it's the wrong folder. Bubba Seeds says $2 going to learn side by side with you. Thank you. Thank you, Bubba Seeds. Appreciate you supporting. Room E Beats. We need Ableton Live sessions. I might try Ableton Live. Maybe we'll come out with a different product if we do it on Ableton. I feel like this is not the folder. I might have put it in the wrong. Hold on, y'all. Let me do something real quick. I just got to move stuff around. Thought I put it over. Okay, so I think I have a folder called Sounds and then one called Friends Sounds. I might have put it in the wrong spot. Give me a second. Albums, loops. All right, and then again, this is to show you guys. Oh, here it is. It just wasn't refreshed. That's what it was. All right. So this is to show you guys like the application of all the stuff I teach you. I know I teach you guys a lot, but sometimes people think I just teach, and that's not the case. Like, I started as an artist, then turned producer when I was like 14. Then I started teaching this stuff, and I made an album way back in the day. I just took it down. So here's his samples, AAR Productions. We're gonna get a vibe from him, and then we're gonna kind of build off this. All right, it's 10 p.m., so let's get this thing rocking. Can you guys see? Yeah. Oops, what did I just do? So formerly known as Beatsmith Audio, he goes by AAR Productions now. Going to try LMMS DAW and Acoustic 3. I've never heard anybody use those. Overlord is here, what up? One of my music friends won the Grammys. He makes beats for gospel, trap, and R&B. Shout out to him. Grammy family. This one's kind of cool. It takes me to like a Wonderland type thing. Can I send some joints to you for your album? Like beats? If anything, you can send loops. I mean beats, well, Overlord's beats are different. So yeah, I accept beats from Overlord, not everybody else. So yeah, you can put them in Discord. Overlord's beats are just different. That's nuts. If I get an Overlord beat, that'd be crazy. So he has beats in here. Let me load these up. Now, again, I'm a producer, so my favorite thing to do is produce. So just having a beat, unless I'm like really trying to rap or something, I like to produce more than record vocals over beats. What up, King Darkness? We're just getting a vibe from our guy AAR. A lot of these are very like, they feel like that girl, Ellie Goulding, I think is her name. So sick. I have no intent, no vibe, no focus. Just I'm accepting whatever is resonating with that specific person. So I don't, to answer you, I don't have a direction for it, the album. The whole vibe, I guess, is like lock-in mode type thing. These are very sad sounding. This is the best one, but it's sad. I don't want to make a sad song. Dang, I feel like I gotta make a sad beat on that. Let's go with this happier stuff. All right, so it says 191 BPM. What is that? Divided by 2, 191, I don't even know. Let's do this one. It's gonna be more of like a Philly street type vibe. Let's double click on this. So now I'm gonna move kind of quick here. We're gonna stretch mode, pull it back to resample, and now I'm gonna change the tempo. Now this type of thing, I feel like I would have to rap to it, which I don't have enough time to write bars today. So this one, I'm just gonna produce the beat, and then we'll move to the next beat. I could already feel I don't have enough bars for this. You already know, it's the basic formula Tresillo. So it's dum dum dum. Again, this is by our guy AAR Productions. Divided by 2. Or times 2 is magical. 87 BPM times 2 is at 174. Is this software available? Caustic is very similar to have you set up the workstation up on LMMS. You sound like you're into computers and coding. Anybody on Linux is not a typical computer person. I couldn't tell you one thing about Linux. You got bars ready? So we're gonna do the Meek Mill. So boom, 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 like that. So really basic here, but Hollywood sounds got that. Like the change up. The little thing I do is I delay my 808s a little bit, offset them a little bit. So we're not using hi-hats. Yeah, this track is kind of, so what we're gonna do to switch it up a little bit, I'm gonna rev up the energy on part 2 of this. Let's copy this over. We're gonna copy this. And the first thing I'm gonna do is make this unique. We're gonna double click. Let's pull this up 12 semitones, which is an octave. Let's also hit Control L, send it to the mixer if I want to add more effects. Now I'm also going to double click, right click. Now the thing is you have to re-render this to the current tempo. So for this to work, so I'm going to highlight this, right click, consolidate, time selection, and cut remainder. So now I'm re-sampling that sound. That's important because without the time information, the next step won't work. We're going to double click, right click, and open in Fruity Slicer. Yeah, it's album mode time. Album's gonna be called Game Time for sure. We're gonna pull up the attack here. And let's hit Control L. I like to crank up my Fruity Slicer because it turns the volume way down. And now let's start getting a little weird with the melody. Let's add Fruity Slicer in here. Let's cut this on a new pattern. I know I'm moving like light speed, y'all, but again, I did what, 5 master classes. So hopefully y'all can. You said I'll cook some stuff up for you with Vibe. Oh, thank you. Favorite plugin? I don't really have one, to be honest. My Chord Kronos is my favorite keyboard, that's for sure though. All right, on the master, I am clipping. So let's add a fruity. Where's it at? Fruity Wave Shaper. Hit the cog icon. We're gonna put the mix at like 50%, oversampling at 4x. I want to run this and then make a little convex curvature like that. We're gonna open up Fruity Soft Clipper to catch any peaks. Just gonna turn the threshold to hard clipping mode. So far, my favorite mixing one is probably Gold Clip if I had to pick one. Spectre, Standard Clip. This is not a Q&A, y'all, but I appreciate y'all asking questions. It'll distract me too much to answer your stuff. Appreciate you, the gift. What's a good free VST for like synths and stuff? People swear by Vital. I've seen people do crazy stuff in Vital. But look for free Contact banks too. So Contact Player, it's a good one. And also Labs has a good piano. Okay, so now we're gonna run this through some effects. Let's open up Patcher here. And now we're gonna get weird, so like get prepared to get weird. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna send it directly out so we have the signal just like we heard it. We're gonna create another signal. Let's use Fruity Delay 3. Where is it at? Fruity Delay 3. Where are you at? Fruity Delay 3. We're gonna send a duplicate signal over to Fruity Delay. Turn the time modulation up. Dry wet kind of 50-50. Ping pong out. So now we're gonna create like a chorus sound. Okay, you guys can't hear, but if I open it up, it sounds like this. Okay, so I still want to mess with it, so let's add some more plugins in here. Let's do kilohertz, and let's do pitch shifter. We're gonna pitch this down. After the delay, we're gonna pitch it down 12 semitones. So let's do -12, that's an octave. And then we're gonna mess with the grain size to create unique sounds. So now we have a unique sound. We can pull back Patcher to pull back some of the effect. So we need a little more energy. So what I'm gonna do, instead of like recreating this entire beat, we are gonna make this drum pattern unique. And then I might add a couple more hi-hats in here, like more high frequency stuff. We need more cymbals and we need more distortion on the 808. I'm gonna clone this 808, we're gonna cut it, paste it. Appreciate everybody for being here. Let me turn my threshold up a little bit. There we go. My computer's like louder than usual. Yeah, very storytelling type vibe, but all right, let's hit Control L, send this 808 to a different mixer channel. I don't have my Sound Toys stuff on here. I normally would put Decapitator on or Radiator, but because I don't have that in here, we're gonna use, let's do Fruity Wave Shaper. Let's see what we could do with this. Turn this up. Oh wait, I forgot to do something. Check, check, check. There we go. So now I'm trying to push the 808. Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong pattern. There we go. Now we're squaring off the 808, so it's gonna sound a little more thin. I'm trying to get more distortion sound. Okay, hold on, y'all. So let me chisel out the sound I need. I don't really like. Let's turn this up. We just need more energy in the drum, so let's add some more filling sounds. Let's delay the snare a little bit. Oh, here's what I like to do. Instead of that distortion, let's turn the Fruity Wave Shaper off. Let's leave the 808 as is. But here's what I like to do. We're gonna add what are called ghost notes to the 808. So I like to do doom to doom like that. So let's add a note before and then turn the velocity down. So now it goes doom to doom like that. And we're gonna use the note repeat to glitch some of these 808s. Adding the high frequencies to fill out the energy. We could even add like a cymbal, like an open hi-hat. Alright, let's start from the beginning. So low energy, not a lot of harmonic activity. Then we're gonna move into higher harmonics, and then we're gonna move to the next song because I pretty much have the backbone of the song done. This requires a lot of writing though, which I don't have time to sit here and write bars right now. So we're gonna move to the next idea. I wanna add one layer of my keyboard here. We need like a dark, like a really dark. Is my keyboard even? Hold up, y'all. So let's figure out what key the root note is. So it should be C sharp. So let's add that in the background. I'm gonna loop this a couple times so I can just try out different things. Right now, again, we're just thinking harmonic content. I'm just thinking, how do I fill out the sound more? Piano is a great way to do it because it covers a lot of octaves. have enough. I messed up one note because I didn't realize what key we were in. Let's save this. You guys will get all the project files too. But this loop is from AAR Productions, so you guys will have to link up with him to get it cleared and all that. I appreciate you. Piano tends to like pull everything together a little bit. So there's one note that I hit that was wrong, so let me find it real quick. And then I'm gonna add one more instrument and then we'll move to the next thing. Right there, I hit this note by accident. So what I'm gonna do, instead of wasting that spot with the energy, we're just gonna make this unique and then pitch it down one semitone. And that should fix the issue. So it's pitching the entire song. Actually, 200 cents. Appreciate everybody who's being here. Again, we're building an album from scratch, so you guys get to see the behind the scenes. There we go. So instead of wasting that energy, I'm gonna just pitch it down manually and fix it. Now, I didn't realize I left off the ending, so let me record one take just to fill up that last little stretch. I didn't realize where I was with the bars. So so we have enough material to fill out. I just have a bunch of variations. I'm just playing the root note stacked up in octave, which was C sharp. And I like to do that to fill out the bottom. Most of the time, a lot of my tracks are just missing that aggression, and I can get a lot of aggression out of a low pitched piano. It tends to work a lot. So when in doubt, I go to piano. So we can fix all the little minute stuff later. I think we have the idea kind of capsulized. Let's move to the next track. One thing about production, you definitely don't want to get caught up on one track too long, unless you're like really focused, because you'll spend an hour on like the dumbest little stuff. All right, that was track 1 from AAR Productions. Let's do another one. Let's call this song 2. And here I'm gonna let my brain be weird. So this one, we may go on little rabbit holes. I don't know. Excuse me. I appreciate everybody for being here again. And I will be looking at Discord for loops and stuff, so be sure to hop in our Discord. Links at the top. 8 minutes of my man, that's funny. Neo is hilarious. You said I'm writing to your album, how you like it, send you a copy. I don't want to work with anyone else. I don't know if I want features. Unless I know you, I definitely don't want feature verses. And it's no disrespect, it's just I just don't know y'all like that. But I will take your loops, but I don't know about your verses though. Your verses, yeah, I don't know. All right, so I'm collabing with Crispy Akiyama. I got a collab for MG the Future. So I got to produce, I have 2 collab things that I said I would complete. So I need to actually start doing stuff. What was I doing here? So this one, let's just be weird. Let's have no aim or anything. I'm literally just gonna go through my keyboard and see what sound dope. And then we're gonna just start there. Jeezy type tracks, like Eminem type vibe. Let's do. I forgot his bass lines, but that's Eminem sound. I don't even know where to start. So when I don't know where to start, I'm just gonna like grab it. I just let my brain do random things. I don't put rules on my brain here. So I'm literally clicking on random stuff. This is Drew from Adu Sounds. He has a pack called the Future Sample Pack. You can download it for free. I think these sound crazy. He said, can we see the channel rack? I don't have any plugins. I'm using a keyboard right now. This is a Kronos, Korg Kronos. So it's a keyboard. The audio is going into FL Studio, so there is no plugin. But this is, in my opinion, the best keyboard I've bought out of all my synths. I have a lot of them. If you want similar sounds, you can look for the Roland Cloud. They have similar sounds. Right now, I'm just trying to go for a vibe. I want this track that we're about to make to be more aggressive and darker, like heavy energy. This one's nice and dark. This might be one. Let's see how it turns though. Yeah, this is fire. All right, they're all fire. But again, Drew from Adu Sounds puts these together on his website. ADIEU. ADIEU sounds. Yeah, this is my kind of vibe. So let's figure out how to wrap drums around this. So they already kind of have a lot of the effects. You don't want to overly produce stuff. Sometimes leave a loop alone. Trying to debate what kind of drums I want on this. I kind of want a weird 808. Like I want an 808 that isn't normal. Something like this, but it's not really an 808, it's more of like a bass one shot. Something like that. Now again, the loop is doing 99% of the work, so yeah, so I want to make this like an 80s vibe. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4.
European, fresh on his pipe, but to European, Jeffrey on the way to the planet, European, got a right, right. Get up late,
so hopefully that recorded. So unorthodox 808, not your typical trap stuff. Let's hit Alt Q. Let's get a little weird with the 808 mixing though. Make it like more chorusy. Wait, let me find this plugin. Give me a second, y'all. Ripple Phaser from I'm thinking more of like 80s. I'll take loops, but again, I'm not waiting on people's like rap verses and stuff. I don't plan on like collabing as far as vocals, but as far as loops and stuff, yeah, Discord's open. But again, I like to keep this between me and my actual business friends and then everybody else. But if you have something that's dope, you gotta remember I'm a producer, so if sometimes starting with loops is boring, like making a song will become boring, and so I need to have hands on with a lot of stuff. So if you guys send in loops and you're doing all the work and I do no work, it's not fun for me. So I'm not one of those producers who takes a bunch of loops like that, because I feel like it does all the work. Now these are my, people that I'm in business with or do, have business talks with. How do you record the drum pattern automatically into the audio portion? I'm recording my audio and MIDI at the same time. That was me talking that you saw on the screen. That wasn't drums. I accidentally recorded my mic. Didn't realize it. All right, so now we got a weird kind of 808 sound. Let me see if I can push it a little bit harder with Thermionic Culture Vulture. It's hard to see it, but I'm cranking it up to 7 on this thing. Whoa. I feel like this is a nice texture for the 808. I feel like it needs something else to be a little more energetic. So because it's very it has a lot of motion, I want to prevent that. So I'm actually going to chop the sample into pieces, kind of like the J Dilla method, like chop up a sample into a bunch of pieces and then play it piece by piece so that you can control the groove timing, as opposed to the sample like dictating how the drums feel. We're going to make the drums the dominant groove here. So wait, what I did was I chopped up the sample. I'm trying to figure out why it's off. 148. Trying to figure out why. Did I slice it? Wait, slice by the beat. No, wonder why it's like off. It normally isn't off like that. I don't know why it's off. So for now, we're not gonna like obsess. But basically, I want it to be a little more like stop and go-ish as opposed to just playing all the way through. So let me keep going. I don't want to get distracted by talking too much. Thank you, Glocka. Album mode. Oh, is that my actual brother right there? Is that your baby picture? That's funny. Oh, I gotta get a verse. I don't know if you record still, but I said this for like 5 years. I was like, yo, we got to get a verse. Yo, we got to get a verse for 5 whole years. I mean it this time. That is my actual brother, sent in 1999. I'm gonna write that down as part of this album. I owe MG the Future a verse. MG, I owe Crispy. And I owe Glocka. Pop my pencil. Glocka verse. Real estate bars. Stock crash bars. I was like, yeah, man, the stock market's on fire. And then boom, it's negative 15% in one day. Man. Let's find some drums. But they say hodl. Hodl all your stocks, guys. Hodl. Let's add a snare in here real quick. Kind of want the 808 to be like kind of like that instead of like the whole time. So let me pull up the attack real quick. Never mind, it lost its vibe. Never mind, forget that. All right, so now we're gonna add the typical snare. So this again is kind of based on how the vocal approaches the beat. As you guys are seeing, vocals, in my opinion, are what make the actual song the song. The beat is not really what makes the song, unless it's like a masterpiece. It's really the vocals and the performance. So now I'm just adding percussion so we can move to the next idea. See here, I don't like how the energy drops. A lot of producers do that. They hit you with a ton of energy and then they pull back the energy. For my ear, I don't like when the energy drops. I feel like we're going backwards. You should start with low energy and then move high energy. Also, a way to tell if a loop is good is how much transient energy does it have. You could tell this loop doesn't have a bunch of transients on it. And it may sound good, quote unquote sound good, but the issue is that without transients, we don't have dynamic. And without dynamic, you don't really have like movement. So if your beat doesn't have movement, it's gonna sound very stale, even though it sounds good technically. So you gotta be careful with loops that are too flat. So I think this idea is kind of like, you guys get the idea. Pretty basic idea. We're just distorting the 808, add snares. Nothing wild here. I'm gonna pitch the snares down though. Make your own loops. I know, right? It takes up time though. Time. Let's see what else we can add over top of this to really like make it ours. For my ear, we could probably add some kind of synth. Hold on, yeah, I gotta put up my. It needs like, let me find the instrument it needs. That was kind of dope. That was an accident, but it sounded dope. Let me just record that. That was so random. That's what it needs. Kind of like one of those runs. What up, head honcho? That one ran a little too long. It should have been. So this, it needs like that thing. That's what it's just something random. It needs like an ear catching thing. The rest weren't that great, being honest. All right, we probably need one more sound in here and then I'll move to the next one. So you guys can see in album mode, I'm not sitting here for 30 minutes working on the 808. Like I'm just getting to the next. It's like the human body. We start with the backbone first and then all the limbs are developed from the backbone. So I'm looking at this like a backbone that we're creating. And then I can always go back and add the arms and the legs to the beat and all that. I might do a verse tonight just to warm up. The sound is from my keyboard. It's a separate thing, separate piece of hardware, and I'm recording the audio into FL Studio. So let's record this. I feel like this needs to be in here somewhere. So at the end I changed it up a little bit, so just little details like that Again, I'm literally just picking random sounds, but my ear knows because I'm so trained on it. So that adds some energy to the background. Add this last little cinematic, something in there, and then we'll move to the next. Let's move to the next track. Now we have the cinematic stuff. Yeah, very cinematic. Now the last little bit of the other strings, I want to cut them off because I did a half step, which is not the same intervallic jump. So now it just needs like hi-hats that go crazy. I want that 808 to hit a little bit harder though. Do some hi-hats. Now I want them in this pitch. Now I might do a reference on this mic instead of my studio mic, but actually I'll practice on the studio mic because I gotta practice on it anyway. So what I'll do, I know I'm moving like light speed here, but we gotta highlight these, hit Control G, group those. We're gonna use the FL Studio note repeat to do hi-hat rolls. So let's go back to the beginning. So it's we're gonna add another layer, and then we're gonna do a different repeat for that layer. And then we're gonna go to repeat it at the end. Alright, so I left off that bar back. Now I want to do. Now notice we didn't have to do a lot with the drums because they were, the synths, because they were already. They're just good sounds. You don't need to do a lot with good sounds. I want to do a vocal reference, but let's figure out what key we're in first. It needs a little more energy, but we'll do that after the vocal. I think a kick. It's hard to hear this plugin. Let me turn it up. So we're in the key of D minor. So there's certain scales that we naturally produce towards. We have a tendency to produce toward. And somebody asked a while back, they're like, how do you get out of writing the same stuff over and over? I'm just so used to D minor that my ear naturally kind of went there. So that's an example of why we need to try new keys. I think I have my mic routed. Pretty sure it's on. So let me go test my mic levels. We're in D minor, so let's pull up auto tune. You know, I would go into recording and all this minute stuff, but for now we're just going to do auto tune. We're not going to do a bunch of effects like compression, reverb. Now if I'm in Pro Tools, I like to record through reverb, but here we're just going to do a little freestyle mumble to add melody to this track and to get the energy. Like, what is the energy of the track? So let's put the retune speed pretty fast. I'm going to go into the vocal booth over there and in the A minor, it's funny, and see what kind of ideas we come up with. Now if I don't come up with the vocal idea right away, that's when I know that the beat needs more, it needs more something that inspires an idea. All right, so let's go to the vocal booth, try some ideas out.
Got European on tag, drop pipe, can't make lag.
Okay, so the mic's good. Let's record. Let me turn the ceiling fan off. I like to leave a lot of room when I'm recording. Like I'll just do like 8 things back to back to back, and I'll just keep recording. Let's go all the way back. So I'm running a Neumann U87. Neumann U87 into an Avalon preamp 737 into a Universal UAD Apollo 8, and that's what you guys are hearing, and then through auto-tune. This, you're the glitchy phase with your audio. Thank you. Can you turn up overall level, or is it just me? Let me know if it's getting too quiet. I think you guys heard the mic, the studio mic. You didn't hear the desk mic. That's probably what you mean. It's coming trust. All right, where's the kick? He said, where's the kick? I'm gonna add the kick after I do vocals because I like to use the vocals as like a placeholder. It'd be a violin, bruh. All right, let's do vocals. Let's see what we got. Boom. All right, I'm just freestyling ideas here. We're not writing anything. Here we go.
Yeah. New Cardi to match my high. Jump the car when they look by. Eyes of the team when I look by. Got a team and they look fine. Wait. Cartier lens.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. I gotta do one thing, y'all. I forgot to turn this mic off for 1. But for 2, I have the buffer length too high, which means I'm hearing a delay when I speak, and that throws me off when I record. All right, so now we got to come up with ideas, like little phrases to say on this, or at least the hook idea. So let's keep doing stuff.
Yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah. Cartier match my high. Too religion, I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2 cane, we all in the slide. Nigga be running they laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big chain, so cool. Let me figure out the flow for this beat. Probably gonna have to change the hi-hats.
Just got a new chain for real, real, real. Covered up my watch, I feel like Mr. Phil. My chain look like Uncle Phil. Barely getting set, but ain't getting real. Coming around my, I feel like.
Yeah, the hi-hats need to change, and it needs some kind of transient and a harder snare.
Yeah. Put it in my lid.
Yeah, I can't come up with vocal ideas, unfortunately. Let's add the snare and the kick, though. Check. I forgot to turn off this mic again, so y'all just heard me without auto-tune all that time. The antenna, what up? So another thing that recording vocals does, even if you guys don't come up with a great idea right away, you'll start to see where the energy is lacking in your beat very quickly. Like for me, the hi-hats were a little repetitive, and the rhythm, I'm not sure, is the best for this. So instead of we need to change something up about these hi-hats. Let's figure that out first. Then we'll add that kick and the snare. And again, after this, we'll move to the next one. Yeah, album mode, I'm very fast. Like, I'm not sitting here for 10 minutes explaining music theory to the T. We just get straight to it. So it goes, it's a big gap. So let's add some more glitches in here. I want like a long glitch. So instead of, here we go. Now I'm doing longer glitches instead of these short glitches. I think it's these triplets too throwing me off. And then we'll add I fixed part of that. Still could use a little work, but again, I don't like the lock-in drum sometimes until the whole vocal's done, because the vocal can really dictate the drums big time. That glitch you're hearing is the audio buffer, so it's gonna click a little bit. All right, so now we need a little more aggressive energy, which is what I meant by if the loop is flat, you're going to be missing a lot of dynamic. So here's where we're going to add the dynamic. In this case, I'm going to use a placeholder kick. Let's add this. So it needs to be like, you need like a energy and a harder snare, in my opinion. Let's use this snare. The other snare is cool, but it's kind of laid back, so it doesn't really stand out. Also, those other headphones I was recording through, I can actually hear in a different perspective. So it lets me know which instruments need a little more energy. So I gotta figure out what kind of kick pattern we're gonna do. It's probably gonna be tresillo, boom, boom, boom. Clipper I would use. Whoa. Let me run this back, hold on. Oh, I was missing a track that whole time. So one of these is routed to channel 2. Which one though? Channel 2. I was missing all my like cool sound effects. I didn't realize that. So let's do this. 10. I gotta do all this routing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cartier met my hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier met my hat. Too rich, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2K, we on the slide. Nigga be running it. Lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big chain, so good. So again, this is not like a final product right here. Rev A. Let me just see how loud the vocals can get before I start doing a bunch of stuff.
Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cartier met my hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier met my hat. Too rich, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2K, we on the slide. Nigga be running they laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big chain, so good. Now let me figure out the flow for this beat. So right now I'm listening to the energy of the track, like the saturation.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cartier met my hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier met my hat. Too rich, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2K, we on the slide. Nigga be running they laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. Alright, so I'm gonna move to the next track in a second. This kick needs a little more activity. It's too like empty. And then we'll move to the next joint. So as you guys can see, album mode is like on to the next one, on to the next one. We're not sitting here for 5,000 hours on one track.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I'm gonna follow the 808 doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So let me get doom, 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 doom. I gotta match this up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This last pattern's kind of hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cartier met my hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier met my hat. Too rich, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2K, we on the slide. Nigga be running they laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it.
Chain for real, real, real. Covered up my watch, I feel like Mr. Phil. My chain.
So right now, there's a lot of energy in the middle. Yeah, I definitely am an artist. I rap for sure.
Chain for real, real, real. Covered up.
So they like, once we get into mixing, I'm probably gonna pull down some of the middle energy of the loop, put it on the sides. So I'm just trying to figure out any last little things I need to change before I move on.
My chain like Uncle Phil. Barely getting upset, but it's getting real. Diamond around my, I feel like.
Yeah, the hi-hats need to change and it needs some kind of transient.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can't come up with change the hi-hats. Big change, so ain't got nothing to show for it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high.
I feel like the 808 needs a little more sizzle on it. And then we'll move to the next thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cartier met my hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier met my hat. Too rich, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. 2K, we on the slide. Nigga be running they laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big chain, so good. Now let me figure out the flow for the.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There we go. I forgot I had the phaser on the 808. That's why.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a draft.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So let me show you guys how I move kind of quick. I like to add the effects to hear what I would do if I were to do all the little ear candy stuff. Let's put a little ping pong.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Two legs, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. Two cane, we all the slide. Nigga be running their laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big team, so good.
Now let me figure out the flow for this beat. Probably gonna have to change the hi-hats.
Just got a new chain for real, real, real. Covered up my watch, I feel like Mr. Phil. My hanging like Uncle Phil. Belly getting check, belly getting real. Diamond around my, I feel like.
Yeah, the hi-hats need to change and it needs some kind of transient and a harder snare.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could it make my lid? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't come up. Came up with one more idea before we move on. I'm gonna add a half step to the 808. So one of these. So I'm just gonna do it by ear. We're gonna do a half step jump, so it's gonna go to D sharp.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Two legs, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. Two cane, we all the slide. Nigga be running their laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big team, so good.
Now let me figure out the flow for this beat. Probably gonna have to change the hi-hats. I'm gonna run it back side half steps.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Two legs, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. Two cane, we all the slide. Nigga be running their laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib and I got a show for it. Big team, so good.
Now let me figure out the flow for this beat. Probably gonna have to change the hi-hats.
Just got a new chain for real, real, real. Covered up my watch, I feel like Mr. Phil. My hanging like Uncle Phil. Belly getting check, belly getting real. Diamond around my, I feel like.
Yeah, the hi-hats need to change and it needs some kind of transient and a harder snare.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could it make my lid? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
All right, that was Trap. Let's move on to the next one though. So the key to, in my opinion, like, how do I explain this? The key to creating your own sound is the expression of an instrument. So that weird thing we did with the synth. Oh wait, you guys can't hear that. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly read some comments before we start this new idea. So this is in an environment where people may get beat block, and it's because we're not allowing our brain to like do random stuff. So here, we're gonna call this some kind of, I don't even know. I don't even want to put an intent on it. I don't even want to say if I want to make dark, happy, whatever. It's gonna start with nothing. So when I did like, that was part of what made that last beat, that random little thing that I did. The ear needs stuff to catch on to. Planet Rock, I think I have that sample, funny enough. I think I have it on here. Let me see. Sample. Do I have Planet Rock? I don't have it on here, but it's definitely in my samples for my album. I'm gonna sample a lot too, but I'm not doing it right now because how YouTube works. You had bars for it, Monty? There we go. Skinhood Beats. That is a wild name. Skinhood. Master Master Ed Dog. What up? K28. Excuse me. Been a legend in the producing game. Busy Works Beats and OG. Thank you. Zabak is here. I should have printed the songs so that we could hear them. I didn't think to print the stuff. The last one had Lil Baby's vibes on it. Esoteric album cover. I don't even know what the album cover is going to be. Something to do with like chess. Because I want the emoji to be the chess thing. I don't have the emoji on here. Hold up. So it's going to be called Game Time with the little chess thing like that. Peace out, Bubba Seeds. I appreciate you being here. Is this a draft? Yes. 2 Chains. Does your voice sound funny when you hear yourself back? No, it sounded the way I heard it. But I like to separate vocals and sessions unless I really am vibing with the track. That's dope, Aaron. Family from another. Or I said that so cheesy. Family from another. I could have just said brother from another mother. Family from another Grammy. There we go. JB, thank you. Q the Saint. A Will. Yeah, I actually was an artist before producing, but became my new obsession though. Questions is here. All right, so I'm gonna keep ideas flowing. So again, when I don't have ideas, I like to just stop forcing stuff and click on random stuff. Sound like video game sounds. Feel like we can make a video game type beat out of these. So one thing though, when I'm recording, gotta have the low buffer length, or else it's very hard to record. That's one reason I didn't go live as much on my Mac. I had to have the buffer length of like 200 milliseconds, 200 samples, and it would take forever. Reggae, to me, reggae requires a guitar, and I'm just not the greatest on guitar. So let me, since I don't have an idea, let's just kind of loop up some melodic stuff and see where we could take it. I feel like we could definitely do a video game sound. Let's just get the tempo. Maybe some little Uzi Vert type stuff. Let's try something like that. It's hard to keep timing with the keyboard. Alright, so slice that, move that over, bring it back to the bottom of the map. Chill. Let's just add layers until we make up something random. Yeah, if you guys ever want to learn like in particular, like little concepts and all that. What up, Lunch Money? I cover all this stuff in deep detail on busyworksbeats.com. You guys can check out my music theory stuff. That's probably the best place to start. Use the code Music Theory for 50% off at busyworksbeats.com. Look for the music theory courses and use the code Music Theory, one word, for 50% off. That's probably the best place to start because I'm moving pretty quick through these ideas here. So I'm just trying to find stuff that goes with this kind of random sound. So, Miami Vice. Because it's not giving me a solid idea, now I'm going to start mangling it until it becomes different. Nothing's really vibing with that. So let's keep moving. This is what I've found with synthetic sounds. They don't really inspire as much unless they're really built out. Organic sounds to me inspire a lot more. You want to hear Bro's BeatStars page? I was going to make a BeatStars page too. I forgot about that. Supposed to be making beats for that too. Yeah, that's a cool sound. That's what I mean by doing weird stuff sometimes. It's the thing that catches your ear. That could be cool. So like that sound. Let's record that. So that could be cool background stuff. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. These all feel video gamey to me, like the video game sounds. Sounds vibey. Turn my head for like a second and played the wrong note. We're gonna leave it in though. Oh, thank you, Neo, for hopping in and hopping out. Shaking all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Alright, so now we're just trying to get into a weird rabbit hole of sounds. So I'm thinking housey type. If I had a vocal chant, it'd be like. I think I have my, let me see, do I have Vengeance on here? Did I download those? I did. Dang. That's where I messed up right there. Let me record my vocals. That's what I hear in my head. I forgot I have a noise gate on, so oh man, let's see what that sounds like. So that was kind of out of key, but Samuel says why he never had no placements with big artists, just finessing y'all. Our students have placements with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Lil Baby, Trippie Redd, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. A long list of people that I never really know the entire list. It's a lot of people. I don't want to work with artists. I don't want to go day to day to their studios. I don't want to show up. I'd rather just do what I do. I'll let Metro get the placements. I'll let Illmind get the placements. It's not like I taught them everything. I might have taught them a couple things. Let's see. I don't have any vintage drums on here, or it should say Vengeance drums. Let's find some house sound. I like that loop. Let me use that. Okay, so pretty simple house beat. Now again, I don't have my Vengeance packs on this computer, so now it needs like some kind of pad, like It's had this weird kind of sound in here. I like it. Messed up the ending, but whatever. Chat isn't moving. Let me read it in a second. Talking about the placement question, dude. I mean, he had a valid question. I've never seen his name before, so that shows he's new. He doesn't know I've worked with $4 billion companies. Like, he has no idea. You don't understand this. Literally, producers who created an entire era who hit me up about stuff for advice and guidance. You just don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and name drop. If you don't believe me, go to my Instagram. Check out my highlights. I have a ton of testimonials right on my Instagram. Here's the link. If you're ever unsure, check out the mutuals. That's what I'll say to you. Anybody watching these? Placements does not mean that people know how to teach. It doesn't mean that they get money. Like, that is one way to do stuff out of many. That's funny, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. That's how it is. People just trying to have fun. I guess they're bored. I kind of like that drum loop. I might redo it though. So let me record that a little more with more intent. You know what I forgot to do? The metronome. I was wondering why I was off beat. So I don't even know how on beat I was or off beat. Not sure. Slide this. Sounds rushed. Dang. I guess the first take was the best one. Alright, see what kind of chords I can add. He said give us some affordable kits for drums and sounds. Actually, if you go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio, you can get my free go-to drums. But what I recommend though is that you guys just type in your genre and then drum kit Reddit and just download the stuff off of Reddit. They have more curated sounds. Today you probably have what, 3 good beats. Been streaming for what, an hour and some change. We got a lot done. But yeah. All right, so let's find one more kind of chord and we'll add it to here. It's like a Michael Jackson type synth here. So let's do that, something like that. At the ends. Record. That was a little short. I probably should have held it longer. All right, but yeah, I'm missing my drums from my Vengeance packs. So we're going to omit the drums for now, but at least we have the general idea. Yeah, it definitely is a Michael Jackson type vibe. With that pitch bend. Let's try to find one more sound. Like this sound, let's figure out the chord though. Only thing is that the bass dun, 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 is doing a half step and it's making the chord sound out of key. Let me see if I turn off the bass. So the second part is that I gotta remember this chord and I didn't want to move my hand. So we might change up that bass. I forgot what bass I used though. I'm gonna have to pitch everything up. So I like that chord, but everything else is now not in the same key. So I need to figure out what key difference we're in. Let's cut this. So it needs to be. Let's do it one instrument at a time. That works, but the wow needs to be like wow, wow, something like that. So let's pitch it down. Let's do it by ear. That could work. 7. So we went to a 5th down. So that did it. Let's change that. Still, the intervals are wrong. I'll leave it for now, but they're technically wrong. So this is the tough part, which is I have a dope chord, but I don't want to redo everything I just did. So I'm trying to figure out how to retune everything. This note works except the dan dan dan. So I might just copy and paste just the first 3 notes. That way we don't have to do the half step. I think that might be the best solution here. So this is where producing comes into play. Problem solving, basically. So we have that. Now this I'm going to pull back to its original pitch. So I'm going to leave it kind of dissonant. Trying to pad down a little bit. So now we just need our drums and side chaining and all that. Might do placeholder drums. There has to be a house kit out there somewhere with just like typical house drums. I have the Cashmere kit, but it's on my other computer. So I need house drums. Trying to think who has house drums. Make Pop Music. I have his stuff on here. I might have his loops. Chart Topper. I always forget which one. Is it Pop Loops? We're at 130, so let's... Alright, it was cool till we glitched it. Might work. Let's see if it works. Hold on. It's kind of there, but it's not the exact vibe. How old was I when I took music serious? 10 years ago, I locked into YouTube. So what's that? 2014, and then never turned back. Hold on, I'm seeing which loops we could use. I like some of his ideas. Mute me. It bounces alright. Find a kick. Find our kick. Where's that kick? Here under one shot, let's go to kicks. So for a house, you're looking for, you're not looking for super hard trap beats. Let's use this kick, even though it's not the exact kick I want. So Control L. We're gonna group all our instruments into one channel. We're gonna find these audios. We're gonna click on it. It's on 5, 6. Actually, no, they're in the mixer, I guess. Is everything? Let's say Control L. Because by default, everything's routed back to where it recorded, which is channel 2. I don't want everything in channel 2. Some double clicking and anything on channel 2, we're gonna move to a different track. Now I'm gonna group all the melody stuff. Let's go to channel 13. Let's type in melody and let's find all our melodic stuff. We're gonna highlight our melodies and chords. And we're gonna right click. What's this here? And then we're gonna right click where it says melody, route to this track only. Now we're gonna find our kick. We're gonna do 4 to the floor, it's called. Let's see, 4 to the floor. Let's do unsorted. We're gonna do 4 to the floor, right kick for each 4 steps. Grab our pattern. Do something like this. We're gonna do basic rhythms here. Just trying to get the vibe here. So on the group track, on the melody track, we're gonna do proceed to. We're gonna put look ahead on so that it has time to actually pull the levels down. We're gonna go to the settings here. Go to plugin settings, processing, right click. And where's our kick? I forgot to sidechain the kick. So let's find our kick. We're gonna sidechain the melody by right clicking sidechain to this track. So now we're gonna go back to the compressor. and right click, select the kick as the input. So now we have the side chain input. We're gonna go to our side chain and we're going to, so now every time the kick hits, it will trigger this compressor. Actually, let me make sure it's actually on sidechain mode. There's a button I have to press and I always forget where it is. Sidechain level. I feel like it's right in front of my face. I feel like we did it. If I can't figure it out this way, we're gonna do Pro Q3. There's a button for it. Where is it at? Sidechain. Oh, maybe because. Hold on. No, that can't be it. Huh. Oh, external. That's why I had it on internal. That's why. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel. Appreciate you. As soon as you said it, my brain, I got your message through the ether. Thank you. That's what it was. And every time the kick hits, it lowers the volume of the group. So we can lower the threshold for more movement. Now, the only thing is that bass is not perfectly lining up with that shaker. It's a little rushed. So what I'll do is fix that timing. We're gonna go to a lower snap to grid, like a fourth beat. That second hit is too early, so we're gonna slice it right after the first and then manually nudge these over, hit Alt, left click and drag. That way we have that timing set. So the little details like that, we're gonna highlight all this, hit Shift, left click, drag it over to duplicate it. Now at this point, when I'm duplicating, I will slice it, but I will do it by the bar. So that way I'm not accidentally nudging stuff off the grid. Beat's a little fast, I'm gonna slow it down, probably to 128. So next step, we need to go to Tools, Macros, switch all audio clips to stretch mode. So now when I lower the BPM, it won't mess up the timing. Bass could be better. I might just sound design the bass because I don't feel like finding the exact preset in my keyboard. So some benefits to workflow with the hardware, but as far as sound quality, but there's a lot of benefits you guys have, even if you don't have keyboards. There's a lot of fast workflows and changes that you guys could do. So this is a benefit of MIDI and plugins. So the first plugin we're using today is Serum, as far as a generator. So I'm going to use this to generate a bass that's going to go womp, womp, womp like that. It's a sine wave by a sine wave. Let's go to analog. We're going to modulate it by a simple sine wave. Turn the oscillator B volume off. Warp mode, FM from B. We're going to give this an envelope. Lower the sustain. Tell it the max value. Wherever the pointer points, that's where it ends. Wherever the blue thing is where it starts. So now you're gonna hear womp womp. And if you lower the octave of B, you're gonna get more womp womp. So let's mess with this to get a decent bass sound. Womp womp. Look at that. There we go. It's hard to hear. There we go. Okay, something really simple. I hit the wrong notes, whatever. All right, so where did I record that? Pattern 2. Was it pattern 2? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave off that tail end, Alt Q. I wanted that more like wow, wow. So now I'm gonna get kind of weird with this. We're gonna use unison to widen out the sound. But we need to hear all this in context. We turn off the rhythm because the loops, I can't control the groove. So we're gonna turn that off. Whoa. Turn that off temporarily. We're gonna delay this bass a little bit. Also, I need to make sure this bass is going to the sidechain group. Whoa. I think it reset the input. Let me double check. So it's doing like the opposite of sidechaining, so I'm gonna turn that off. Is that a compression? Whoa. Needs a little more sub energy. Also give this a little dimension. There we go. It's a little sharp. Actually, it was a little flat to my ear. So yeah, some things going. Again, the kick. Whoa, my thing is stuttering. So the kick is not the exact kick. We're using placeholders here. Now, one last thing to mess with is our swing parameter. Kick's a little early. Let's fix the kick timing. Now it's more in the groove. Oh, I realized I don't have a clap. Just had a clap in here. So again, the bass is a little repetitive. I want more chord stuff in here, more harmony. So it's missing something in the middle. Gotta figure out what that thing is. I think it's really like a top line that we're missing here. Like, I might record audio, figure out what key we're in. Let's do our own vocal chops. See how we started? We didn't even know we were gonna get into house. I started with like a video game idea, now we're in the house music. So that's how we have to let our brain kind of be random. How many people are even here? There's 55 people here. Holy crap, shout out to y'all. All right, so let's figure out what key we're in though. E flat minor, I would have never guessed that key. E flat minor is the key we're in. Because I have so many plugins going, I'm going to record to a latency. E flat minor. Check, check, check. So let me think of like a phrase. What would they say? Maybe. I might just do like random vocal stuff. Alright, so one thing we do know is that we need to lower the buffer length because it's too high. But the thing is, something in here is causing a delay. I think it's the compressor. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Could be the compressor, or I'm not really using plugins, so it's probably the compressor that was holding us back. I had look ahead mode on, so that adds a delay. Alright, so shout outs, what up? Pornhub type. Let's record this real quick. So I'm gonna do shut up, baby. Shut up, love and shut up, baby. Shut up, baby. Shut up, baby. Love and hopefully that recorded. Did I not record that? Oh, my freaking F. Dang it, y'all. I gotta do it again. Now I was out of key. Shut up, baby. Shut up, baby. Love and shut up, baby. Baby. Love and hopefully that recorded. First of all, I was out of key. Alright, so that at least that got baby. Dang, that first take was it, and it just didn't record. Heartbreaking. Alright, so as you guys see, sometimes I record in the booth, sometimes I'm just lazy, I record from the desk. But these are just simple little things. This isn't like a whole vocal a whole vocal take right here. This is just, we're gonna add delay to it, probably reverb, and we're going to make it bounce as if it's an instrument, where we have fruity delay 3. We're gonna turn the wet level halfway and ping pong that boy. And we have to determine the time. So right now it's on 4, but let's try 3. That's gonna bounce on the syncopations a little bit. Andrew Tucker World, what up? So it's a different type of bounce. This is something really basic. So nothing wild, just like background sounds. And what some people will do is, let's say it's less rhythmic, they'll, what Travis Scott might do, for example, is run it through straight reverb, like 100% wet level. And it creates like a wall of sound. Like that. But for this track, we don't need that. It's another technique though. I can't think of anything else to add outside of just picking better drums. Did I have to clap? It needs more bass to it. Play like twice just to get an idea. I might take out stuff too. Yeah, I like to add a vocal bender to my vocals. That's what I forgot to do. Later reminded me. On the vocal, there's a plugin I use by Waves called Vocal Bender, but I think FL Studio has one called what is it called? Is it called the Format Filter? They have a name for it. It's either frequency filter or pitch shifter. It might be pitch shifter. So this way you can add like another layer. What up, Mars? And you can blend this in. So let's do voice and then turn the mix level down. And I'll pitch this down usually. So we didn't necessarily pitch it down. This is a format shift. For this track, I would definitely like more harmony stuff to back this track. So let's print these tracks and then we will wrap today's live streams because we did a lot. Let's call that song 3. You guys won't hear me as this renders. Check. Okay, we got this track. Let's load up the other tracks, and you guys will get the project files for free, so you can mess with it however you want. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to get these project files. So that was today. Boom. I'll save it later. Right now it's just glitching. Now let's open up song 2. This one I think is Trap. You said why is resample at 32? I don't know any, all the little tiny details like that. I don't know all the differences. All right, here's our, so what I'll do is I'll print it with and without vocals. So we'll print this like this. This will take a while because it's a long song. You guys won't be able to hear me. So you said 32 point sync. Anything higher is really just, it's going to eat up your CPU. I really don't think all this is important, but you could look up like the nuances of the differences of resample mode. But it's really 32-bit might be what you're thinking of as far as like stuff. I keep mine on 60. Do it for size. Like we're already at 52 megabytes. If I up this to 64, let's try high value. I think it actually has to do with CPU, actually, not the disk size. Pretty sure about that.
Sean, where you going if shit was poppin' a year ago? I make hits, my nigga, I'm talking miracles. You run up on me, you catch a ray like Mysterio. Not focused on material, I'm focused on Imperial. Getting Skrilla season, this is killer season. Getting Skrilla till a Miller, I'ma kill the season. Serving Mac Miller in the Villa Chiefin', with gorillas eating, Mac Miller squeezing. From Harlem, globe-trotting, I'm ballin', risk game evolving, feeling like Darwin. Mary Jane Green in the Grammys, got me going mainstream for the Grammys. Got me taking wild pics for the Grammys, even serving now 6 to the Grammys. I can make a cat wet like when Nana kiss you, but I leave a rat wet when the hammer hits you. Let Nina kiss you. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce you to my little friend. Meet the pistol. They tried to lowball us with the low hand. Serving white girl, call it low hand. The return of the Zohan. Yo, fam. Killer,
I forgot I have a mic on here.
Killer can. You already know what.
Completely forgot I had the mic right in OBS. That whole time I didn't have to be all silent. My fault. Forgot I even had that. So yeah, we're just printing songs right now. Nothing too crazy. Thanks again for your time. This is just warming up. This is like the first day of not making songs for a long time. You said it used to say 192, 320. I don't even know that's the perfect setting for that. But yeah, every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we go live for our song feedback. Hop in our Discord, links at the top of the chat. Discord.gg/BusyWorksBeats. Can you explain the new resample looks during bounce? Could you explain the new way resample looks during being bounced? The new way it looks. To me, it looks the same. All right, so we have song 2, and now let's pull up song number 1. And again, you guys will get all these project files. So if you want to remix it or do whatever, it'll be on our go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to get the project files. It'll be in the download vault. Now, it's okay for people to ask about placements and stuff, but to say that a producer is only his placements, then what do you call like Prince? He produces for himself. Like, that's what I am. I produce for myself. I don't produce for other people. Tomorrow, yeah, I'll probably go live tomorrow too. What is? I forgot what the song sounds like. Okay, this is the Meek Mill type track. Oh, you guys can't even see the screen. My bad. Hold up. I'm just rendering stuff, and then we'll play all these tracks. But yeah, it's a fair question. It's just, if you guys knew how many industry producers came to me, like how to build an online business, like they're tired of the industry. It's funny, like the people who are online want to jump to the industry, and then the industry want to people want to jump online. You know, it's like the grass is greener type thing. And for me, like, I don't think kids understand, like, when you're 33 and you have a family and you have a child and all that, you're not trying to be called at 2 a.m. to go to the studio to do a session. Like, that's the last thing you want to do. The absolute last thing you want to do. All right, so I have these tracks loaded up. Let's play these tracks, and then we'll make our way. You said make more? I'm tired. I'm actually not drained, but I'm definitely, I gotta do a little bit at a time every day. I might pull out more keyboards so that we're not locked to this Korg Chrono sound. I have a Prophet 6, a Moog Voyager, I have a Moog Subsequent 37. What other synths do I have in there? A Roland. Do I have a Phantom? No, I don't have a Phantom. I don't even know what keyboards I have. Oh, Roland FA08, and I have a Yamaha Motif XF8. So I have the big boy keyboards. They're just in the closet right now because there's not enough space on the floor here in this specific room. All right, so I found these tracks. Let's add them and let's hear these. So the house track was very minimal. You know, it's going to require a lot more work, in my opinion. So let's start there. So some notes I would do. It's just too, well, one, the drums need to change. And there needs to be more chords in that one chord. It needs to be chord changes, but because the chord was new to me, I just played it and held it. Yeah, the FA is pretty good. Tyler, the Creator, uses the FA08 in his like soul sound. A hyphy beat, like a dance type beat. Funny enough, I'm not a ghostwriter, but funny enough, like one Drake concept we did live, funny enough, showed up on like Scary Hours. They did like the same exact melody thing that we did. It was like a very specific sound too. It was like vocals going through this thing called a harmony resonance into like a distortion thing, and they did that technique pretty heavy on that song. I'm pretty sure they took that idea from, not took, but were inspired by my Drake stuff. And Kanye used like this same exact sample that I did for this Kanye reference that I had. I don't remember the song, but it was like the same exact, and it was the most random sample ever, and I'll show you guys what that sounds like. So I'm pretty sure, you know, whether we're just listening to the universe or whatever, but I'm pretty sure somebody was influenced by the stuff I've been doing. Let me find that Kanye track real quick. Yeah, that track needs a lot more movement. It's just too stale. Here's the Meek Mill, the AAR Productions collab. We find that Kanye beat. Let me move my mic. I think my mic's loud. Hold up. One of those chops is off, I didn't realize. And then we have this track here, the Future type track.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier match my high. Too religious, now I'm up in the sky. West side, we back on the ride. Two gang, we on the slide. Nigga be running their laps a lot, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. I got my money up, so I got a crib, and I got a show for it. Big chain, so good.
Now let me figure out the flow for this beat. Probably gonna have to change the hi-hats.
Just got a new chain for real, real, real. Covered up my watch, I feel like Mr. Phil. My hanging like Uncle Phil. Barely getting upset, barely getting real. Diamond around my, I feel like.
Yeah, the hi-hats need to change, and it needs some kind of transient and a harder snare.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could it make my lid? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't come up with vocal ideas, unfortunately. Let's add the snare and the kick, though. My favorite part about this is that wow wow sound. Trap is definitely our bag, our go-to, but I wanted to get outside the box a little bit. Okay, so that so just embrace weirdness, because that's what's going to catch the ear. And lastly, here's the Kanye idea, and I forget the exact song, but after I did a live stream where I made this beat in Kanye's, I want to say Yandi or whatever, I forgot this song. I just forget the song. I'm pretty sure it was either Donda or Yandi or the one with the mountain, something like this. And it was the most random sample. So this is my reference I made like years ago. Let me see if I can find the actual song. might be called Heaven and Hell. I'm not sure. Let me see. All right, so you guys heard that song. Now here is the Kanye track. So this song was made, let me find the exact timestamp on this. And again, I don't own the sample, so you can't claim a sample, but I definitely flipped that, and I'm pretty sure it's Heaven and Hell. Okay. And I'm pretty sure somebody who produced for Kanye heard that and they flipped it the same exact, like a similar way. So hold up. And shout outs to them, you know, they made it a hit. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just looking at the timestamp real quick. Where is it at? What is the track even called? Sample series. Goodness, it took 10 minutes to find the sample. Okay, here it is. And the date on this is, okay, so let me flip the screen here. Okay, so as you guys can see, the date I made this beat was Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. And the album Heaven and Hell, I guess from Kanye, came out 2021 or 2022 or July 22, 2021. So whoever watched my video, it probably took 2 years for their track to come out. And I'm pretty darn sure. Let's pull it up real quick. So let's type in Kanye West, Heaven and Hell. So I'll play my version and then we'll play Kanye's version real quick. So here's what I did randomly one day. Okay, so just, you know, doing my thing. And then here's Kanye's Heaven and Hell. I haven't heard this in a while. Of course, it's like a movie. I want the audio. And they cut it just like I cut it. Like, bruh. Pretty wild, right? So let me play the original. The whole phrase that I made right in the beginning, and then the format of this is the same thing. They just pitched it up. This is a Windows laptop. And then they did their own thing around that, but I'm saying I'm pretty darn sure, like, whoever watches my stuff did that for Kanye's album. Maybe Kanye watches, I don't know. So yeah, that's my one little cool thing. And the Drake Scary Hour song, I'm gonna forget, and I don't remember the exact Drake song, but it sounded very close. So anyway, guys, we gotta wrap it up here. I'm getting super fatigued making beats. Wishing you guys well. And yes, maybe you gave it to Kanye and forgot. Maybe I did. Who knows? All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all again. Peace.